Hey guys, I tried to go live on YouTube, but it didn't like my video. It said I was infringing on their copyright laws, so they must have a copyright over the myth of Cronus. So what I'm doing is let me flip my camera here. I am live on Meet right now. If you want to jump in, I posted our link on Classroom. And then I'm going to post this video when we're all done, okay? So last week we read a nonfiction article about the key elements of mythology, so things you find in a myth story. And then you also read the myth of Cronus. So, oh, there's Mrs. Grant. Hi, Mrs. Grant.
Hello.
I was just making my video with the notes here.
Oh, I wondered how if I do this, does it get me on the YouTube?
No, the YouTube wasn't working, so I'm just recording it here on my phone.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll post it in a few minutes. Hi, girls.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
All right, you guys go back and do your music, fine?
Want me to call you back in a few minutes?
Sure.
Or do you want, well, you could stay on here in case kids jump in.
All right, I can do that if you want to jump off.
Yep. Oh, wait, here comes Nora. So maybe let me share the link with Nora. Ooh, I'll try. Okay, let's see. All right, I'll see if I can, Nora might log in there. Okay. All right, so here we are, back to what we're doing. Okay, so the essay plan says, what are the significant elements of mythology in the Cronus text? So that means what pieces from the nonfiction article did we find in the Cronus story? And then what is an important theme in this myth? We know theme. Explain how the key details in the myth connect to the theme of the myth. In your essay, be sure to include an introduction and conclusion as well as evidence, details from the text to support your claim. So if you look at your plan here, it looks just a little bit different than what we've done in the past, but it sets up your introduction, body, and conclusion paragraphs already for you. So it's pretty laid out there. So it says elements from the article, the key elements in mythology that shown up in Cronus are. So you have to look back at your first page and think about what did we see in the myth of Cronus. Did we see tension between opposing forces, struggle for power, explanation of the origins of life in the natural world, fate and prophecy, supernatural or non-human characters, completion of a task? I think you could probably have a lot of those. You could say, hey, Annabelle, I'm just working on the notes right now. Okay, so right now I'm looking at, yeah, I know. It said I was a copyright infringement.
Yeah.
Okay, so right now we're looking at page 1, thinking about which of those did we see in the myth of Cronus. We definitely saw struggle for power because Cronus struggles for power with his sons, and I'm right here. See where I am? It's blurry. I'm on page 1, and we're just looking for what we saw in Cronus. I saw struggle for power because he struggles for power with his sons. Can you think of anything else? I think there was fate and prophecy in there. Didn't they say his fate was that he'd be overthrown by one of his sons?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he tried to defeat his fate. So that could also be one. And you know what else we had? We had some supernatural characters, right? Gods and goddesses. But also they possessed human emotions. They felt jealousy, and sadness. Okay. So now if you flip back to the to page 4 with the plan. So I'm just going to kind of walk you through. So any of those would be right, but we're going to stick today with the elements from the article. The key elements of mythology that show up in Cronus are, we're going to do struggle for power. Okay, so you can see where you can fill that in.
Where are we writing it?
Here, let me write it with my marker and then I'll show you. We'll do struggle for power. Hey, Nora.
Hi. Hello, Nora.
And give me 1 second in order to finish what I'm doing here. Supernatural characters. Okay, so I'm going to try to show this here with you, to you ladies. I don't know if you can see it. So we said the elements we found in mythology were the struggle for power and supernatural characters. So that's what I wrote on the first line. Struggle for power, supernatural characters. You see that there? And I'm going to post this. I'm recording it on my phone at the same time. So I'll post it when we're done, if you missed something. So then I asked for a theme of the myth. So what is like the message? And there's a lot of different ways we could go with it. Of course, we're not going to say like, don't eat your children, right? Even though you shouldn't. That's not a message we can all share. Can you think of a message that we might be able to take from the story?
Are you guys? Quiet.
What do you think? Got any messages?
Yeah.
Any idea? What do you think about the two ladies, about Mother Earth and about Rhea? That might help you with a theme.
Did you help each other?
Okay, who were they helping?
Each other.
Each other to help their who?
Kids.
Aha, yeah. Mother Nature was mad because Cronus wouldn't set his brothers free. And there's a whole story that comes before that, how his brothers were imprisoned by their father also. And then Rhea was mad because Cronus kept eating all her kids, right? So we're going to say, so Mrs. Granson, I thought a good one would be a theme in the myth of Cronus is a mother's love for her children. You see where that goes in there? A mother's love for her children. Oops.